Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here. Here's all my contact information. Please join my Facebook business page. We do fun challenges and it's just a great group of people. So please join that if you can. And I wanted to share with you what we're doing today. I saw different variations on this and I really kind of put my own spin on the card. I liked that you had the cherry in the background and some DSP, and I kind of did my own thing with it, but I'm looking forward to showing you how easy this card is. This is with the Pine Tree Trimmings stamp set, and I've got the shaker domes coming, so I'll look forward to doing something with that. But it comes in a bundle. Look at this teeny tiny little cut and emboss, the tree, the presents, the garland, a star, and I think that is the bow. I had to think what that was. So I'm going to show you, I got some of it already cut out, how we are going to make this card. The colors I'm using are Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. And I realize I don't have an Old Olive strip. I'll get that in a second. So this card opens this way. So it's a 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2, and it opens that way because that's kind of different. So I'm using Mossy Meadow 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. This is our cherry cobbler 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And it's just plain. I did not emboss it. It just seemed like too much. So I kept it a little bit simpler. Then I have two pieces. They are 1 inch by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use green glue so I can get closer to the edge. And you can move it over a little bit. This is from the Ornamental Pine Designer Series paper, which is pretty. I think it's called Ornamental Pine. I better check the tag. Elegant Pine. Just, you could use snowflakes. I just think this dark navy, I think it's navy, background is so pretty with the cherry and the Mossy Meadow. I just really enjoy those colors together. I think they add a lot. So we've got that part. Now the everyday arches. This is like, I basically checked the tree and figured out which arch fits the best. Now this time I'm going to put it over a little bit farther. I put it over a little bit farther than I wanted it to be. So today, when I'm recreating it, I always try to make it better the second time. I'm going to leave a little bit more space there. I use that Elegant Pine Designer Series paper, and I cut out the tree. And I'm going to use the tree outline in Mossy Meadow. Now, some of the trees will be darker, depends on where on the Designer Series paper, because it's got some dark and light. This one is a little bit lighter. At my class, I might have a stamp positioner to help if people are struggling. I usually just eyeball it, making sure it's about as good as it's going to get. And I go ahead and stamp. And let's see how I did. I think it was pretty good. So that is in the Mossy Meadow. And I think that just adds a little bit to the card. And I'm going to pop, I did not pop that up. but I am going to pop this up. Now, if you are choosing to do it, could you use the other side of the designer series paper? You absolutely can. You can do anything you choose. I'm just using this because I just think it's a really pretty front. And I kind of like the olive with the mossy meadow. I just think it all looks really pretty together. So I'm popping the tree up, putting it down towards the bottom because I'm going to use this little star I cut out with crushed curry. So that is, I don't know, it just seemed like a good gold. Could I use our gold foil? Yes. But I really liked this. I thought it perked it up pretty nicely. And then you've got that. Now, how did I do this part? Well, the first thing you need is you need 3 for the first one. When, if you get a kit, you will be getting 3 of these garland pieces. And you just need 3 to begin with. And I'm going to add a little glue. I am not going to make them stickers. They're kind of small to try to cut out. So I am just going to add a little bit of glue. Come on, glue. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put the first one right there. The second one is 5. And I thought maybe you could just cut 2 and make it work. But you don't. You need all 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. As it gets bigger, it's easier to put glue on it. And I'm going to have that come down here. And the reason I do like the glue is then you can kind of rearrange it the way you want it to be. Move it a little bit. And then the last one goes at the very bottom. Isn't that, it's just very simple, and I could actually move that down a little bit there. I think it looks better there. Not hard. And actually, I'm going to move it up a little bit, smidge. Let's see if I like that better. Yes. So that part is easy. Now I'm going to get a piece of old olive, and I didn't cut it, so I'm going to quickly cut it now. The old olive is going to be 1/2-inch strip. And what I am going to stamp on it is Oh Christmas Tree. So when I stamp Oh Christmas Tree, I'm going to move the Christmas tree over just a little bit. And I'm stamping it in cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to cut it at an angle. And I use this for another one. I'm going to put just a teeny tiny bit of adhesive on one end. No, come on. Then I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals. And I'm going to take the dimensional papers off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. And if I want it a little bit farther in, we can do it wherever. And because I have those 2 dimensionals there, it stays kind of popped up, which is what I want. And I'm going to use some of the faceted snowflakes. And I'm going to, oops, I'm going to use a big one, I think. here. And a couple of little ones right there. So every time I make it, it looks just a little bit different. I think I like, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can do it without messing up the card. Oh, I could. I might put one like down here. There, it seemed like because this is a little higher, I don't know, do I want both of them down there? Yeah, maybe. Is there a right or wrong to this? Absolutely not. So those are the faceted snowflakes. And the last part we need to do is the inside of our card. So isn't that simple? And you can move the wherever you want them. That's a personal preference. And I like sending Christmas wishes. So what I'm going to start with is the sending. This is all from the pine tree trimmings. Okay. I like that font. It's kind of neat. Since then, I'm going to do the tree. This is also in Mossy Meadow. And I got the wrong tree. I could use that one, but I'm going to do this one instead. Could I put a star on the top of it if I chose? Yes. You know, you can do anything you want. Okay. Then I'm going to do my two presents. And I'm going to do the little bow. Isn't that cute? It's just simple, but it's a nice card. Like I say, you could put a star on the top of the inside one. I probably am not, but you could. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my card base. And you have a fun Christmas card. It is not hard to do. So I hope you like this design and you give this a chance. If you need to order anything from me, I'd love to be your demonstrator if you need one. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.